Welcome to the Hair What I'm Saying podcast. I'm your host, Kenitra Stewart. Today we have Raven Cornwall Beauty joining us. How are you, Raven?
I'm good, Kenitra. How you doing?
Girl, I'm good. I'm feeling good, feeling great. It's a good day. It's beautiful outside.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm ready for the fall.
Absolutely. My favorite time of the year, for sure.
Yes, facts.
So, Raven, how do you manage the balance between your full-time job and your entrepreneur venture as a makeup artist?
So right now I've been managing it well. I work full-time at a financial firm. So, you know,
I know what
when I have an opportunity that comes up, I use my PTO or sick time. To, be able to focus more on my business because that's what I want to do eventually full time. So I told myself this year that I'm no longer turning down any opportunities because of a corporation that I work for, that myself and my business is going to come first.
Absolutely. I agree, especially if you know that's the overall long-term goal.
Yes.
What about, do you use any specific apps? I think it's like a motion app in order to delegate through all the responsibilities of balancing between the entrepreneur job and also your 9 to 5?
Yes. So I use HoneyBook.
Okay.
We have the CRM systems, and that has helped me tremendously throughout being a makeup artist.
Okay.
So when I get inquiries, my HoneyBook automatically sends a response back. And then once I view over the inquiry, that's when I email the bride and our client. I mainly focus on bridal makeup. So the bride, I email her back within 24 to 48 hours. So basically when I'm at work on my 9 to 5 and I get off of work, I'm back on the computer.
So it's like from one job to the next job.
Yes.
Okay. So do you have any free time at your 9 to 5 to do any business, for your entrepreneur job at all? No, so it's pretty busy.
Yes, it's busy.
What about your 9 to 5 job? Is it when you clock in, you at work, and when you clock out, you off work?
Yes.
So okay, that's good. So do you feel like that also play a role in helping you balance so that work doesn't overflow from your 9 to 5 at home?
Yes, that does help. I'm not supposed to work from do anything once I'm out of the office. I'm out of the office.
Yes.
So I do not play no games. 5 o'clock come, I am packing up out the door.
Good.
Do not talk to me because I am out the door.
Okay, so you say you mostly focus on brides?
Yes.
So is the demand high, or you feel like it's at a comfortable pace right now where you do have an opportunity to juggle between the two jobs?
I feel like right now it's at a comfortable pace because I do get a lot of inquiries, but a lot of those inquiries do not reply back. So
What do you mean they don't reply back? They don't reply back. Okay,
once I initiate a conversation and try to book a bridal consultation to just meet the bride and see what her wedding vision is and just to learn more about what she's looking for.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes I get a response back. Sometimes I don't.
Got you. Okay.
Yes. So, but it's very manageable right now. What really has helped me, I've taken bridal classes. So that's really helped me with making sure I am communicating with potential brides.
Okay. So do you feel like those classes, do they teach organization skills as well, time management?
Yes.
Just in case
you
are, in a situation like you. Okay.
Yes. And it has helped tremendously.
And what are some of those resources that, they offer in these classes, or some that you've adapt it into your own life where it's like, okay, this is what works for me. I'm able to stay on task. I'm able to stay on schedule and also have, even your personal time, because 2 jobs and then also some time for yourself.
Right.
So how do you feel like you're still learning how to manage all of that? Or do you feel like so far I have a really good, hold on things?
I feel like I'm still learning how to manage everything. My boyfriend complains that I'm on my laptop a lot.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's really hard to balance it all.
Yeah, it is.
If you can get it done, but it's just so challenging.
Yes, it is very challenging.
Yeah. And so he complains.
Yes, he complains. And I'm like, I'm trying to quit my full-time job. And this is what it's going to be like if you're going to be an entrepreneur. You got to, especially with me, I'm like adamant. I do not want to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, always on my laptop. I got to create timelines for my brides. I got to send those timelines out. I got to connect with the planners. I also learned in those classes that connecting with the photographer as well, letting them know what the timeline is. And before last year, all I was doing was sending out timelines to the bride. And not really connecting with the planner and the photographer. So I just learned so much this year.
So you were building your own timeline?
Yeah, I built my own timeline.
Oh, wow.
I still build my own timeline. I think the only time I didn't build a timeline is where I worked with one particular planner.
And she built the timeline?
Yeah, and it was only 2 people, so
it okay.
wasn't. But yes, I built the timeline. I have a wedding tomorrow. And I built the timeline for all 13 bridal party members.
Yeah, well.
And it was challenging.
Yes. We talked about that outside of here.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people to manage throughout the day, so I'm sure that was pretty challenging. I guess, Carl and I, we done a podcast, and we discussed timelines. And we never built our own timelines.
Really?
We never did. And so whenever we were presented to build our own timelines, we had all type of question marks around our heads. Like, well, I guess for us, we don't know the flow of the day. So it's like, okay, if I'm inserting myself at 8 a.m., what are they doing at 8 a.m.?
Right.
So that's why we never built it. What we would do was give them the amount of time that we needed per person. And then they would just squeeze us in the timeline. Because we didn't know how the flow of the day was going to be. So that's why we was like, so whenever, that particular wedding planner did send us, like we need the timeline. I'm like, the timeline?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. But I'm learning some do it, some don't.
Yeah. I like creating my own timeline because I am not no 45-minute makeup artist.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I like to put in, because I know how long it's going to take me.
Yeah.
So I like to be in control of that timeline. So that's why I just reach out to the planner or the photographer to see what their timeline is, like when pictures are going to start. When does the planner need everybody ready? Like things like that.
And you just kind of backtrack from that? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I keep my notes. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, what motivated you to start your makeup business while still maintaining your full-time career?
Okay, this is going to be a little deep, but...
Okay.
So I've worked in the financial industry ever since I was in high school because I always wanted to follow in the footsteps of my mom.
Okay.
Because she's a manager she's now... like higher up in the banking industry. And I always wanted to follow those footsteps and stay like in the financial industry because I like it. I learned so much.
So you like math?
No. I do a lot of customer service.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not good at that.
Let me clear that up. No, thank you.
I am not good at math. I'm good at customer service. I'm good at administrative work.
Got you.
And so that part of the job, like working where I work now, it really also is helping me with the administrative part of being a makeup artist.
Good. I love that.
Yes.
Okay. And also the customer service too, I'm
right.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I've been at banks. And now I'm at a financial firm working for a financial advisor. And it's like I'm just never satisfied. I'm not happy where I'm at. So I really when I first started working where I work now, I was like, I'm going to retire from here. I'm going to do makeup as a hobby. But then when I got into it and started experiencing some issues with people that I work with, and I just prayed and I just asked God, like, why is it that I'm never satisfied when it comes to being at, working for a company, working for someone. And when I go and do makeup, I'm happy. I'm myself. Everybody around me is positive.
Yeah, for sure.
So God basically just told me, because I'm not living out my calling. And I'm never going to be satisfied until I'm fully living my calling.
Absolutely.
So, and that's what really drove me to really push myself to actually do this full time and get out of the corporate America. So that is my goal, is to get out of corporate America and focus on my business full time.
I really do believe, working at a financial institution, I mean, it's a great job, provides stability, security,
right,
and things of that nature. But I'm like, if you are a creator and you have a skill set, I'm like, why would you sleep on it?
Right.
And go work for a corporation.
Right.
I feel like if you have a gift, then God has blessed you with that gift to share with everybody. So, I think that's very admirable that you stepped into that and you tapped into that and you was like, I'm going to lead this.
Yeah.
So, do you have a timeline on when you want to leave your 9-to-5 and pursue entrepreneurship full time?
So I don't have a timeline, which I was just telling my mom. I was like, I just need to walk out on faith, because every person that I've interacted with, like a makeup artist, a hairstylist, they literally just walked out on faith. And they got over that fear. And once they did that, they just took off. Their business took off because they trusted God and walked out.
Yeah.
And I need to do that. But I got a lot of debt right now. I got credit cards I need to pay off.
Yeah, well, listen, don't. I highly advise stay at that 9-to-5. Take care of them bills before you enter entrepreneurship because, it costs money in order to start the business.
Yes.
You don't want to keep putting yourself in debt, trying to start the business. There are ways that you can get grants and things of that nature, but you know what you need to do in order to make it work for you. And everybody's story is so unique. Everyone's journey to start is just so unique. So as long as you know, you're good to go. Being aware is like the number one thing.
Yes. Because I can't go up in there and be like, I'm about to leave today.
Right.
And then I got some bills coming up.
No, you cannot. And we are highly advising y'all to not do that.
Yes, do not
you
do
got
that.
Debt. Take care of your debt, or at least get it down to a comfortable number that you can juggle. And make sure y'all are, that's a whole nother podcast. Investing into these, high yield savings accounts. We're not going to go there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast. Look, I do this. I do that job Monday through Friday.
And that's why I feel like you being involved in a financial corporation, in a financial institution, it's going to help you on the financial aspect of your entrepreneur business. Because I feel as though when we as artists embark on this new journey, that's where we suffer the most.
Right.
Because we're focused on being a creator. We're only taught to be creators. No one is teaching us financial health and stability for your business.
Right.
It's like, oh, I got money coming in tomorrow because I'm making money tomorrow, so I'm going to go spend this money. But it's like, if you spend it, you're not making anything, so Another podcast.
Yeah.
All right, girl. So there's a strong narrative on social media pushing people to leave their 9-to-5 jobs to pursue entrepreneurship full-time. How do you feel about this? Especially since you are doing both. Like, do you feel like this is for everyone?
I don't think it may not be for everyone. I feel like people should educate themselves and take classes and make sure that you're taking marketing classes.
Yes.
Because it is not easy.
Even financial literacy classes.
Yes, financial literacy classes. Like, it's just not easy being an entrepreneur. I wish it was, but it's not. It's a lot of learning and building your clientele, making sure you have a steady clientele. And like, if something like the pandemic happens,
failing to success, like literally, it's like failure to success.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just got to make sure you have, plans.
Yeah.
Plan.
For sure.
Yes.
So do you feel as though social media is like pushing this narrative on everyone? Like, oh, you need to quit your 9-to-5 and you need to be an entrepreneur and you need to be making your own money. And do you feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I see it a lot, especially on TikTok, because I'm a TikTok girly. So I do see it a lot where I see people quitting their corporate jobs to do what they love to do, which is fine, perfectly fine. They're ready for that, but you can't push that onto others if they're not fully ready.
Right.
But it can be motivating.
Exactly. Yes. It's very motivating. And they have a good way of like influencing.
Right.
People who probably shouldn't be stepping into the entrepreneur world, they have a really great way of like pushing that narrative like it's for everyone, and it's not for everyone, and also I just feel like social media and its influences can really steer people away from what they are authentically supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I do feel as though as well, like you, they are pushing a narrative. Like so many people are pushing, oh, you need to become an entrepreneur, And I'm like, yeah, but when you become an entrepreneur, sometimes that means you're never off.
Yes.
At least with a 9-to-5, like you said, when you clock in, you're at work. And when you clock out, you're out of work, And that's not the case for entrepreneurs.
Right.
Like, we are working around the clock.
Yeah.
Which is why with your boyfriend, he like, girl, the laptop, please,
Yes, give me something.
Yeah. Why do you feel like there is this strong narrative being pushed? Like, why do you have a why?
I do not know. I'm not
either.
I'm not about to be pushing people to do something that they're not ready to do, or I'm just not one of those type of people. So
right.
I don't understand the narrative. And then people do need to work. We do need businesses to go to.
It's like, if we're all entrepreneurs, who the heck gonna be
right?
Like, we can't all be entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm like, what is the motive behind pushing entrepreneurship on everyone?
Yeah.
I speak to veterans that are, entrepreneur veterans, and they wish they would have done it the other way. Like kind of like what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Establishing that security first, instead of just embarking on a journey with no plan, no insights, just not taking classes, like you're investing in classes, and they wish they would have done it that way. And then some are like, I wish I wouldn't have done it at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not something that you push on everybody. It's a certain personality trait that comes with being an entrepreneur. And you really have to have some tough skin. And please do, and you have to accept defeat and welcome it and embrace it. Because you're constantly going to be defeated. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is challenging.
It's very challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've came across so much things, and I'm like, how do I handle this situation? I never thought I would come across certain situations. And
with like what type of situations?
With my business, just basically standing on business. Like, I have to advocate for myself because it's my business.
That's right. Let's talk about that. Like, advocating for yourself. Yeah. And you don't have a boss to report to when something has escalated. Yes. Right?
Yes.
So have you ever faced a challenging situation and you had to find ways to de-escalate the situation in your entrepreneur job? And did you use some of the situations from your corporate job and you adapted those ways that you learned from that job into your makeup business?
I would say I haven't experienced, luckily all of my clients have been positive and great.
You must have a great screening process.
Yes,
I had to learn to get
one. I haven't had any difficult clients as of yet. But there has been situations that have came about to where I had to figure out how to communicate it with a client so that it doesn't come off as like I don't want to do something for them. But
so it's like maybe something that they're asking outside of the boundaries of your business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, for instance, I get a lot of, clients that do ask about, they question my prices. And
don't we all?
And my price is my price, There's a certain clientele that I aspire to reach. And I feel like that's the clientele that's really going to help me get out of being a full-time worker.
Absolutely.
And being able to have a business and build a legacy for my family.
Absolutely.
So, there's no negotiation when it comes to my price. Either you can afford it or, I can refer you to another makeup artist that may be within your budget.
And stop forcing a fit because it's okay. Like sometimes it's even something all the way down to the price and will let you know this is just not your client.
Right. Exactly.
And we all have to, that's a boundary we all need to keep in our business is we don't negotiate prices.
Yes.
This is a price and this is just what it is.
Right.
And I feel like that's how you do unintentionally invite problematic clients.
Yes.
Because you were never a fit and you're trying to, make them your fit.
Yes.
And that's probably why so far you have had a great experience with your clientele because you're not forcing a fit.
Right.
If it work, it work. And if it don't, it don't.
Right, exactly.
And my only reasoning for thinking or believing these individuals will push the boundary is because they have done it before and it worked. People only do what work for them.
Right.
So
Right. All money is not good money.
Thanks. Okay, so in your opinion, why do you believe influencers have more followers than us pro artists?
Because they post every day. Let me get a sip. What'd you say, girl? Influencers post every single day.
Consistently. They're so consistent. Yeah, they're consistent.
I wish I had it in me.
But you also have your 9 to 5.
Exactly.
And your daughter, you have other obligations.
Yes.
And I feel like social media, that's another unhealthy influence that they push on influencers, artists, lifestyle bloggers, whoever. It's like you need to be posting every day, multiple times a day,
Right.
And that's not healthy. I cannot afford to be on your app if I want some personal real time. Like that's another thing I don't like about social media. I always tell people if I have something to say to you, I'll post. If I have something I want to share, I'll post.
Right.
I'm not going to be posting just because somebody told me that's what I need to do in order to gain following. Whoever's supposed to be following, whoever find me, those are my people.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I will not be pressured into, doing things that I feel I'm spending too much time on this.
Yes. Yes.
And creating the content is enough time that we and then you want me to create the caption. It's too much. That's a whole nother job. That's
SEO.
Oh, I know.
I learned so much about SEO this year. I'm like,
search engine optimization is, and really that's what we need to focus on more than social media. We need to be focusing on our websites because Instagram will crash any minute.
Yep.
Like I think it happened 2 months ago. It just unintentionally crashed.
Yeah.
So if that's your only way of marketing to your clients, if it crashed for good, what are you gonna do? How are they gonna find you? You know. So, so they have more time than us to post consistently.
Yes.
And what else? Do you have any other reasons?
And I just feel like because they have so much time, they have time to keep up with all the changes with the algorithm. Because it's just a lot, And but yeah, I just feel like with their consistency, they just and they attract, because they post consistently. Yeah, they attract brands, and that's their job. Like content creation is their job. So, I just feel like more power to the influencers because they know how to influence these clients now.
All the bad ways. Ooh,
they know how to bring
a good job.
Yes, they do a very. I wish I knew what they was doing.
I have noticed a lot of them will tag those brands whenever they are using their products. They tag them a lot, and I believe that also gains exposure for them as well. So that these brands are reaching out and trying to collaborate with them too. And some of them do have other jobs too.
Yes, I did notice that some of them do have other jobs, and for them to get off their job and go and have a camera in their face and do a whole routine of how they do their makeup.
Yeah, that's a balance too.
Yeah,
I don't know how they balancing all of that
because I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Do you also feel as though they also have more following because they may be more relatable to the masses?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes they could probably get lost in translation with our professional terminology.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And with them, they can talk like how the other person needs to hear it. Versus us, we might, if I'm talking about layers of a hair strand and, most of us are familiar with cuticle, but not medulla and cortex. And if I speak in that terminology, I'm like, girl, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm moving on,
Right.
So I do wonder if it's also because maybe they are more relatable to the masses opposed to us, know?
And they can get free makeup lessons from a content creator. I just watched a content creator this morning, and she did her whole makeup routine, which it was like cut in pieces, but she literally primer, foundation. But all of those steps don't work for everybody.
I was going to say that. But it might work for her, but not for everyone. But I guess she's laying the foundation.
Right.
Like, this is what you need to complete a look, but not necessarily nail your look.
Right.
I do appreciate the content creators that say, this is what works for me.
Right.
But not necessarily is going to work for you.
Yes.
They all need to put that disclaimer out there. Like, it works for me, but maybe not for you.
Not for you. Yeah. Exactly. Because a lot of people, because they're influencers, a lot of people believe that whatever they see their favorite influencer doing, that it's going to work for them when it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What are some of the biggest challenges you face in your full-time job that are different from those in your makeup business?
So the challenges that I face in my full-time job is working with the elderly. When are they going to retire, these baby boomers?
The elderly.
The elderly.
So give us some examples, like two. Like
Okay, so one, they're stuck in their own ways. Number two, the biggest one is that they don't adapt to change. So in the industry, working financial industry, there's always changes. There's always changes to the system, and we're in 2024. They're upgrading so much. And when you're just stuck in your own ways and you block out when someone's trying to like tell you an easier way how to do things, and you block it out like as if I don't know what I'm talking about, it makes me uncomfortable to work with you because you are blocking me out. So when you come and ask me a question that you need answered to, I'm like,
you don't want to cooperate.
No. Like, I be dealing with some food.
Raven, you don't want to cooperate. So basically, they're stuck in their ways, and they're not flexible. Okay. Is it like apps, or like what are some examples like they are just not open to wanting to change?
Just like the software.
Okay.
Because the software updates, you know, for instance, like we have this new system that we're now doing like appointments, and we're all learning. Like we're all learning how this system works and how to use it, you know, efficiently. And they be frustrated, and it's like
so frustrated work. Like, since y'all are learning, are they frustrated and they don't have patience with y'all also learning, or is it like they just don't want to change, or both?
Both for one lady, but my advisor, she's willing to learn. She's open to learn because she understands that this system is
evolving.
Yes. So she understands that. But just getting frustrated and having these little outbreaks and all this, I'm the type of person.
Outbreaks.
Yes. Like, this stupid system, I can't handle this calendar. This craziness, okay? Like,
OMG.
It be
put
negative.
In the retirement papers.
Okay, you gonna have a damn stroke. The fuck? Go have a stroke over here letting the system stress you out.
I cannot what you say. Have a stroke. Girl, get with the change. And it's going to keep evolving. And it's evolving on a faster pace. We used to have years to get on an accord. And now it's just like every year is something different. It's a new update. It's always something new.
It's always something new.
Yeah.
And then once you get to a certain age, your attitude changes as well. So you can tell when you're not happy to come into work, you're miserable. And then with you bringing that negative energy into the office, that passes on other people around you because that energy is heavy.
Yeah, it is.
It's very heavy. And I'm all about positive vibes, positive energy, positive people. I do not.
Especially at a 9 to 5.
Yes, when I gotta be with you more than my family.
Yeah, it's important. And they should also adopt the same, mindset. Because if you're here more than you are at home, like intentionally make it a point to have good energy, good vibes,
Yes. Yes. And I feel like when you are a positive person, it shows in your work as well. When you're negative, it shows
in your work.
Shows.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true. It's like that law of attraction thing.
Yes.
Whatever you attract, you will put out.
Exactly.
Or whatever you put out, you're going to get or attract, So, for sure. So what about the challenges in your makeup business? What is the difference in between those two?
Well, one big difference is I am my own boss. So I do not have to answer to anyone. Because I love what I do, I'm happy, Other than being where I'm at, I'm not happy. I'm just, that's just a paycheck. But right now I don't have any challenges. But in the past I did have some challenges, and because I've taken courses and even taken classes to where I've improved my artistry. That
like
was
practical skill set
wise. Skill set wise, because trends, how you do the structure of the foundation of the makeup, like it all has changed over the years.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I invested in taking artistry classes and getting my confidence up, because as a professional artist, I found myself in the past comparing my work to other makeup artists and thinking that I wasn't good enough. So I had to get out of that space.
Yeah.
And so I started taking artistry classes to, what's the word? To
like enhance your skill set?
Yes, enhance my skill set and be more confident as a makeup artist. Because if you're not confident as a makeup artist, you really aren't going to go anywhere.
It's going to show too.
Yes, it's going to show in your work. And I can go back and look at my work from early last year to now, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like a major difference. Yeah.
Yes.
Are these classes in person or virtual?
Virtual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even the practical classes?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because your artistry is really impressive.
Yeah.
For it to be virtual only.
Yeah. Yep,
oh
virtual.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that all of this has been virtual training.
Yes.
So when you first started off, you just went by what you naturally know?
Yes. Because I graduated from YouTube University. So.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I feel like most makeup artists kind of start there a little bit, you know, opposed to hairstylists.
Right.
You know, I feel like most makeup artists do start there. Yeah.
Just watching YouTube videos. And then I went to Rennie Vasquez and Sam Fine's masterclass.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a game changer right there.
In what ways?
Oh my gosh. Just like watching both of them apply their makeup application and how it's just like skin, you know? It's not heavy. Once they put it on the model's face, it just like blended into her skin. And that's when I was like, I want my makeup, I want my models, my clients to look like that. That is and skin is my thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do not like cake.
I don't do makeup, but baby, please don't.
Yes. I like for my clients to look like themselves, but just enhance.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, but yeah, like just taking those master classes really, really helped.
Okay. So basically, your confidence level, those are some of the challenges that you face, like just getting your confidence level up, the skill set level, and things like that. What about any back end? Did you have any challenges like running your back end in the beginning? Like, did you have to learn through experience, like, okay, I need to change this in order for this to... Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like that's most of us. Like learning through experience with clients. Like, okay, I never want to encounter that situation again. So what can I implement in my business to make sure I ain't never got to deal with that again?
I have dealt with some things in the past, even with like payment wise coming from clients and deposits and things like that. But now that I actively use HoneyBook. HoneyBook.
And that's the only software you've ever used?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they send payment reminders to my client. I don't even have to do any of that.
So a lot of automation.
Yes, a lot of automations. And that has really helped me. And I don't have to go when I go to a client, like my HoneyBook reminds them that this payment is due at the time of the service. I don't have to be waiting around for payment after I'm done. Like I'm there and I'm out, you know, because I already got my payment. I already got the confirmation from HoneyBook that they paid online. So that is what I learned a lot, because I would go and do makeup for people
and leave
with no payments.
No,
I learned my lesson.
And then you have to hunt these people down to get paid. Because they don't want to pay. Then nobody wants to pay. I don't care what. Nobody's happy to give you their money. You know? So on the flip side, what are like some of the rewards of becoming a makeup artist?
A lot. You get to work for yourself. You know, you're happy because
opposed to your full-time job.
Opposed to my full-time job. I'm just myself. I can be myself, my true authentic self.
So you don't feel like you can be yourself at your 9-to-5 job?
Hell to the motherfucking
Why not?
No.
Why not? I need to know. We need to know.
Like I'm, you know, a little bit.
A little acting.
A little bit.
I have to put on a little acting.
But I am quiet as a peep at work. And it's just like I don't relate. I can't relate to them.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're one of the younger few? Or is it more older people in your 9-to-5?
So in the office, I work with a 73-year-old and a 63-year-old, and then I'm 34.
Yes, ma'am.
But
no, ma'am. Could not. No.
Yes. So I be having gray hairs coming out, okay, y'all? I be having gray hairs. Yeah.
So you're quiet.
I'm quiet because I can't. I talk. I have conversation, but I can't fully relate
and embrace you.
Yes, and embrace who I am. Like they know I do makeup and stuff, but they don't know the extent of.
They probably think it's like a hobby.
Yeah. They don't know that it's like this is a real business that I'm building. Yeah.
Do they ever ask any questions about it at all? Like, yeah, on the surface level? Yeah,
but I feel like it's more so questions to see if I'm going to be staying at the company or if I'm going to be leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Like trying to get a feel.
Yeah, trying to, you know. And I'm just like, I answer them. I'm honest. So
yeah.
I'm honest. I'm going to tell you straight up, you know, if I get an opportunity to go do some makeup for on set or something,
I'm out of there.
Peace out.
Yeah, absolutely. But you definitely, if that's the goal, to be a full-time entrepreneur, makeup artist, then those are some of the sacrifices that you just gotta make. You know, entrepreneurship comes with a lot of different types of sacrifices, you know, so yeah. Do you ever feel like, you know, like one role takes priority over the other?
Yes.
And how do you manage that?
I have to think of ways. Are you referencing like from my 9-to-5 to makeup? I just have to
get creative.
Get creative and think of ways to
that major jinx you put on yourself.
Yes. Look, let me tell y'all, I have no sick time left. And it is September.
Y'all, this is how you balance it.
Yes.
This is the truth. Yes. Sometimes there is no formal balance.
Yes.
Okay, some balances come with sacrifices.
Yes.
Okay.
And I am not a liar. But like I told my boyfriend, I said,
but it's your days that you earn to take off.
Yes.
You know, so
I told him, I said, I'm gonna do anything to get where I need to be.
That's right.
And if I gotta tell a little white lie, Dude, it's just gonna be a little white lie.
Not a white lie. No white lie.
Little white lie.
It's your days. You earned it. Take it off and move on.
Yes, it's a mental health day. I'm taking mental health day.
But
my mental health is the makeup.
Can be mental health.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, it's such a passion of yours that you actually, experience happiness through it. And it is stimulating mentally.
Right.
Like, let's be honest. It is, especially when you love what you do.
Yes.
So.
Yes, it is definitely mental health for me.
If you could give advice to someone starting a side business while working full time, what would it be?
I would say to them, to don't quit your job unless you fully have a plan on running a successful business. Like you have that mapped out. But I would say, as a makeup artist, if a makeup artist is wanting to like quit their job and do makeup full time, make sure that you're building your portfolio up, getting to know vendors, networking, and making sure you are investing in education, marketing.
Would you advise that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would advise that first. I wouldn't do that, quit and then try to take some marketing classes. And also, I would let them know, like, you need also, although that you want to do makeup full time, you need another income. So whether you're opening up a suite and renting out those stations to other artists that, can use those suites instead of doing makeup in their home, like that's passive income that is coming into you. You just got to know what you're doing and be confident in doing it.
Would you advise them to do something like that later, though? Like once they've established themselves?
Yeah.
What about if they just wanted to come straight out of high school and do makeup? Would you advise that, or would you advise them to still go get a job and then?
I would say work at a makeup counter. If you wanted to, because that's something that I always wanted to do, but my life was different, set up differently.
Yeah.
But for someone coming out of high school, I would definitely advise him to work at a Sephora, Mac store, work at a makeup counter and be like a beauty advisor for the makeup counters, because at that age, you're still staying at home with your parents.
Right.
So you should be able to be okay with financially and save your money, save your checks that you're getting from your employer.
Right.
And in whatever state you're in, because I know that some states you do have to have license to do makeup.
Right.
So whatever state that you're in, make sure that, you got to take whatever classes to be a licensed makeup artist. In Texas, you don't have to be licensed.
Okay.
But just taking classes, getting your license, getting your artistry skills up there, practicing on your friends, reaching out to models, because models they want their makeup done for their photo shoot.
So do you advise whenever they're reaching out, is that complimentary or?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes,
okay.
Because you're practicing. Once you feel like you're up there in the skill set and, you're working with, really good photographers, then, you can start including a rate. But I feel like when you're first starting out, it should just be complimentary.
Accept tips, maybe?
Yes, accept tips. And to get yourself really out there, a lot of work is complimentary. It's an exchange. You get photos.
Yeah.
But you got to be mindful of who you are working with.
1000%.
Be mindful, because I did trade for pics, photo shoots, and
didn't get the pictures.
Never received the pictures, or received about 2 photos. That don't give me.
Do you advise them to probably have like a contract in place? You know, saying like, if this is gonna be an exchange, you know, this is our agreement, and that way it's kind of like upholding them to that agreement.
Yeah,
you know?
I would advise that.
Yeah.
I necessarily haven't done that, but I would advise
you
that.
more established now, though.
I'm
you know,
more
but in the
established,
beginning when you're vulnerable, I feel like people do take you know, advantage of you because they know ultimately you just want to get your work out there. Versus when you get established, it's like, I want my work out there, but I definitely want to get paid now, you know, because you are more confident and you know what you can provide and what you bring to the table now, you know. Okay.
Yes.
So what are your long-term goals for being a makeup artist? Since I know this 9 to 5 is obviously short-term, what are the long-term goals for being a makeup artist? Like, you know, you're going to start a school eventually, start mentoring. Like, what are your long-term goals?
Definitely not a school. Definitely not a mentor. I am not a teacher. I have no patience. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. You said... You said straight to the point. Don't come to me wanting help practically.
Yes, I am. It's just not in me. Like,
at least you know that, because there's a lot of people teaching, and I'm like, you shouldn't be teaching.
Yes,
yeah.
Like it's not in me. But long term, I want to be the bridal makeup artist that Black brides reach out to here in Austin. I want to be like their go-to bridal makeup artist because I know it's very hard for them to find us in the Austin area. Yes. So, and eventually, like, I want to have my own bridal team of makeup artists. So, when I do have large parties, I can just have that team of artists who I reach out to see if they're available to work the wedding and then pay them. So I want to have like a team of women of color. So I just think that's important out here. That's what we're missing. Out
Heavy.
here. Yes.
Lacking in so many different, you know, beauty, you know, spectrums everywhere. Hair, makeup, nails, you know, everywhere. Yeah.
And then I just want to get to the point where I can have a lead makeup artist and I no longer have to be the one going out to the job.
Be working more on the back end.
Yes, I'll be more working on the back end, doing the admin and the finances of the business.
Okay.
So that's one of my goals. And then also I do want to open up my own suite so I can rent out those stations.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. If you do decide to push forward with the team, do you have like a set timeline that you working against? Or it's like right now you're just trying to still work on, you know, I guess grooming and perfecting yourself first.
Yeah, I'm still working on grooming and perfecting myself. And then I feel like once I do that, then I'll be more ready to create that team. I'm starting to I'm writing things down, but I feel like I would need to take leadership classes.
Amen.
Look, I've worked under so many people that I know what a good leader is. They don't understand it's a skill set.
Yeah, it's a skill set. Yeah,
it is. And it's important because if you're not a good leader, then you are gonna be SOL. People are not gonna want to work for you.
Yeah, that's true.
And I want to make sure that I can pay artists good amount, you know, for the jobs that they do because I appreciate their work.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah. Okay. Well, that wraps up our conversation. Raven, thank you so much for allotting some time to spend with us today. I really appreciate your feedback and all the insightful information that you provided for us today. Please share with our listeners like your Instagram handling, your website information, or any type of way that they can get in contact with you for makeup inquiries or advice and all of the above.
Okay. So I am on Instagram Raven Cornwall Beauty. That's RavenCornwall Beauty. People be messing up my last name so bad.
That's why I had to ask.
That is my @ on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
My website is www.ravencornwallbeauty.com.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. It was nice doing this.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
We've explored the challenges and rewards of balancing a full-time job with entrepreneurial aspirations, and Raven's insights on managing dual roles are truly inspiring. Thank you, Raven, for sharing your journey with us and offering such valuable perspectives. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share with anyone who might find it helpful. Until next time, this is Kenitra Stewart reminding you to keep striving, stay balanced, and embrace the act of juggling your passions.